Hello and welcome to Seder Soul Sailing. You might notice the empty seat beside me. My better half's in Norway studying to be a health coach, and I'm doing my 90-day time out from the Schengen zone. Don't go off on a rant about the Schengen zone, I say to myself, because I live alone in a Guatemalan rainforest, and it's quite beautiful up here, but I got nobody to talk to but the birds, the scorpions, occasional snake, and myself. Anyway, today I'm going to do a reading I call Fire in the Madhouse at the End of Time. That's a Terence McKenna quote, and it's a lot more profound than anybody could ever imagine. As time goes on, more and more of what Terence McKenna had to say is shockingly profound, considering he died 25 years ago. Those machine elves brought him some interesting information. I'm a bit less organized than Victoria, so I'm just going to lay these cards out. I'm going to shuffle them so you can see the process and just read them as I see them as they lay out, and hope I can pull something out of my ass that tells the story the cards are trying to tell. I have a lot of respect for these cards. I've had two decks since 1986. This is the second deck I've had. This deck's in a little rough condition because it spent much of its life on a sailboat on the ocean, which is, sailboats and paper don't pair well. But this is a really good deck. This deck is the most communicative deck I've ever used in my life. See what they got to say about this end of time business, because I think we're there. I think what we're going through is I've called it a systemic shift, but I think it's a shift into post-systemic world. And time, the concept of time, has been probably the primary tool the archons have used to enslave us in this period. I guess there's a bunch of ways of describing everything, including the archons, but I think calling this period that's ending now the Kali Yuga is a pretty useful description. What we got coming up, it could be pretty wonderful, but I guarantee you this fire in the madhouse at the end of time period is going to be a little challenging. I'd get the hell out of any city if I were you, if no matter whatever's keeping you attached to the system, whatever's keeping you attached to the matrix, that's your anchor. That's what you have to let go of. You need to set sail and surf over the chaos we have coming up. Let's see what the cards have to say about that. So I do a system that I invented with some help of some people when I was working at an occult publishing house a few years ago, let's say. And I developed this layout, but the basic things I was taught about tarot card reading, I learned in the mid-1980s from a very, very wonderful woman named Dr. Lily Francis, Madam Lily. I miss that woman. Okay, the signifier. Oh, interesting. 9. This is not a happy card, but it's waking up from a nightmare. It's 9 always leads to 10, and in the case of swords, the 10 of swords is betrayal. So we're not through this shit yet. In fact, both the astrology and some of the people I follow that seem to know what the hell they're talking about, like Cliff High, are saying that we're looking at a period of maybe 2 or 3 years of real serious chaos. The fire in the madhouse at the end of time. Okay, here's the overall situation. Well, shit buckets. The 5 of Pentacles, my least favorite card, because I'm, you know, I like comfort, and this is poverty. And that is perfect for this reading, because what we're going to see is the collapse of God. And I don't mean source. I don't mean the God that Yeshua was talking about. I'm talking about the God of the Matrix, the Elohim, you know, Yahweh and Jehovah and Allah. The who knows what they were. Bloodlines from the other side of the ice wall, extraterrestrials. I guess we might find out shortly. So here's the gateway. This is what brings everything together. This is the central card of the whole reading, and nice. This is one I like. This is a Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Swords is the end of it's coming towards the end of a period of sorrow. And it leads to some serious pain and some betrayal. But this is the end of a building phase, in which we build earthly protection. I would say comfort, but it's not comfort. It's more of a security. Okay, this is the root. This is what everything is built on. Interesting, because it's the Seven of Pentacles, and this is planting the seeds and waiting for it to grow. So we're going through a shitstorm without a doubt. But what this is saying is that we planted the seeds to get us through this. This one I like. This is the Eight is completion of love, basically, of compassion, but it's also romance, and because I won't lie, I'm looking forward to being back with Victoria. I miss that woman. She's the best human. I'm her person. At least I'd like to think I am. This is the psychological future. This is temperance. This is bringing all the elements together. This is finding balance. This is what we strive for in alchemy. This is following natural law, which is don't let anybody impose on your personal sovereignty, but don't do anything that imposes on other people's personal sovereignty. So, okay, let's take the example of Victoria here. She's doing the right thing for her. She's a gifted healer, and she's getting training. She takes this stuff very seriously. She wants to do the best she can. Me, I just pull shit out of my ass, and it's got me this far. But she's probably got a better system. So personal sovereignty. So yeah, I would rather she just went sailing with me. Just screw all that, getting certified as a health coach and all that. But that would be me imposing my personal sovereignty on her, as much as I want to be with her. So I won't do that, and so I'm sitting by an empty chair right now. But it's the right thing to do. This is the future. And I like this too. I mean, for me, this card it's a union. It's like a committed union. So I got love in the present, and in the future, I got a committed union popping up. For me, that's good. I mean, these are all good things for getting back, figuring out how Victoria and I can live together in this world with all its, visa bullshit. So this is fears. Goodness, the world is afraid of victory. That's a victory card. So, and I can see that what we've got coming up. What I was talking about my personal example about alchemy, about finding personal sovereignty. That means taking charge of our own lives. And when I say God is dying, And it isn't source. It isn't like I said, the God Yahweh it is Yahweh, but not the God that Yeshua was talking about, which is inside of us. He said, look inside yourself. They edited that out of the Bible at the Council of Nicaea in 325. 'Cause they wanted control of us. But the truth is, Yeshua, Jesus, the real Jesus, said that look not outside yourself for the kingdom of heaven, because the kingdom of heaven is within you. And that's terrifying for a lot of people. I mean, people want Big Daddy. They want the Deus Ex Machina, the God in the machine, to come down and save their dumb asses. They want Trump, or I don't know, Kamala Harris, or Mertz, or freaking Macron and his husband, and his wife, or Starmer, or some bullshit. You know, they want the Pope to come and save their dumb asses. They are terrified of winning. They're terrified of taking responsibility for their own future. When I say God, I'm talking about money, because we can see that in Salt Lake City. You can see in the architecture of Salt Lake City how how money has gone from, or how God has gone from being a personal thing inside of us to being a religious, like an archon that the corrupt priesthood imposed on us to scare us into doing what they told us to do, to government becoming the archon, and then eventually it became money. Because you can see the church was the first big building, and then that was in Salt Lake City. You've got the Mormon Tabernacle, and then you've got the government buildings which dwarf the Mormon Tabernacle, and then you've got the financial towers that dwarf the government buildings. Our God is money. Money is dying, and we're going to have to take over, because I mean, look, let's be honest. Trump was basically tossing the salad of Pfizer, Trump and Kennedy. Pfizer, for God's sakes. I mean, it's starting to look more and more like Pfizer might be guilty of genocide. This will be interesting to see what happens if how the algorithms are censoring shit. Okay, this is the astrological energies. And this is the Knight of ooh, I like this one. This is the Knight of Wands. And that is the active passion. It's acting on our passion. That's how we're going to get to that security that the gateway talked about. And then this is our desires. And this one I like. This is like, this is like, we want security. We want comfort. We want to live in peace. There's big bugs around here. We want to live in peace and not be, government exists for one thing. Government creates problems so it can pretend to solve them, never actually solve a goddamn thing. And then the problems scare us into thinking we need government to solve our problems. And we never have peace. We have to own our personal sovereignty. We have to get over our damn fears, own our personal sovereignty. That's how we find peace. That's how we find security. And this is the final outcome. And that's the Queen of Wands. And that's similar to the Knight of Wands in the astrological energy, but it's more compassionate, grounded, creative. It's a much more creative building kind of energy. We got this. We're gonna get through this crap. This. I lay them out a little bit differently. Normally I do 4 modifying cards because I'm a writer, an English major nerd, but I like to have a modifying clause. So this modifies our fears. We get over our fears. That's what we have. We got the world waiting for us. We got a world that we create waiting for us. Once we tell those shitbirds, controlling us with dogma to go, you know, do horrible things to themselves in the privacy of their own home, as long as there's no minors involved or unconsenting individuals and or animals, which is big ask given these perverts. This modifies the astrological energies, and this is a nice match to the Queen of Wands, because she's a real passionate, creative energy, and this is a more of a spiritual, compassionate, creative energy. She's fiery, and she's fire, and the Queen of Cups is water, and this modifies our desires, and this is heartbreak. And if we don't pull our heads out of our asses and own our personal sovereignty, if we keep looking for some deus ex machina to come save our dumb asses, this is what we got waiting for us. And let's see what modifies the final outcome. Oh, interesting. This is spiritual rebirth. This is the Page of Cups. It's the beginning of a spirit, a new spirit. You can see there's a little fish inside the cup. I see that as Christ consciousness. We can do this. We can get through this, and we will get through this. We will get over our fears, and we won't have, you know, there will be some heartbreak, because, you know, people are dying suddenly left and right. There's no way around the heartbreak. But it's going to be the birth of a Christ consciousness within us. So I think I've already pretty much given the rating. Hey, cool. Looking at it, I'm not going to edit some, so you're going to have to hear what I said, because Victoria's the editor, and she's in Norway, and I'm in Guatemala. And I don't have internet here, so I got to go down to the river. I got to hike 2 kilometers through the forest to get to a place where I have Wi-Fi. And then, and these are kind of big files, so they're hard to send email. So, I guess you got me. I'm going to have to edit this out. I have some closing notes here. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just look at them and make you guys suffer. Anyway, what I wrote, I hope that was useful for you. I reckon So, I reckon I should be giving readings and shit, you know, try to capitalize on them, whatever. Well, money's still a thing, which I would say I follow the markets pretty closely, especially the commodities markets. I'd say money's going to be a thing maybe until March or April. Yeah, I think Victoria just texted me. I heard a ding dong. Anyway, I guess I'm in a Guatemalan rainforest. It's quite beautiful, but I don't really have a lot of use for money, so I mean up here anyway. So if I'll give readings, shit like that, but I'll have you pay Victoria to help her offset her education costs. Let's see, what else I got here? Oh, yeah, I'm probably going to make a shit pile of videos, because I do have a little time on my hands, and there's a lot of crap going on. In fact, it'd probably take me, but I have to hike down to the town, to the aldea, and to get online and post this. I don't know how that's going to go. I'm going to try to edit it tonight up here. So I've got no internet, so we're not going to have like fancy pictures of planets and shit like that. And I didn't even do any astrology. I love astrology. But I'm a learner. I'm a student of astrology, not a astrologer. Let's see. Yeah, I said something. Oh, I said it. Yeah. It wasn't very nice. I must have been in a mood. I think I was drinking my morning coffee. Anyway, I said, if you got any complaints, just be glad I covered myself up with a scrap of cloth, because normally I don't do that. Because my editing, it's not going to be brilliant. Let's just be honest. It's not going to be the cool videos that Victoria always made. So, later.